Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas day 12. Can you believe we're halfway? If you watched a Vlogmas day 11, you will know that today I'm continuing working on pillow behind me. Don't worry, I've just laid this down on the button just to have an idea of how it will look when it's a pillow. It's not actually a pillow yet. That's still the same front piece from yesterday. So on today's agenda, we have cut the button, quilt the front piece, then we have to attach the back piece, but pieces because there are two back pieces, and then we have to make up the pillow form and stuff the pillow form. So I'm going to get cracking because it's a bit late. I stayed in bed a little bit this morning because once again it was cold and rainy. I don't know what kind of December weather this is. Anyways, let's get to work. Alright, so I have my batting cut and I've pinned all around the edges. I think I'm going to go ahead and baste my front to the batting just to keep everything together before I even start quilting, because I know that batting tends to move around. I'm also going to pin on the outside here while I quilt the inside, just to be sure nothing is going to slip and slide and give me any problems later. So I've been playing around with a design for quilting these sections and I've printed this out. What I want to do is to lay this down. I'm going to use my heat erasable friction pen, trace around it, then I'm going to flip it the opposite way and trace around it the opposite way, and I should end up with something looking like this. I hope you can see. So I'm gonna try that now and see how it goes. It's so interesting to me that the purple line is not showing up on camera. There we go. So I've done it all the way across and I'm going to stitch this line first before I then flip the curvy line to do the opposite. My first line of stitching is finished. I'm not gonna lie, that was really difficult to do without the quilting foot because I couldn't see what was coming up next. I couldn't see which way the line was angling next. So I had to use the hand wheel for the majority of this, which is really time consuming, and now my shoulder hurts. Anyways, I'm going to do the next line. I cannot believe I have to do all of these red like this. I switched to my walking foot and that helps a little bit. At least I can see what's ahead now, but I still have a lot of crooked lines. It's not perfect. I definitely need to invest in a quilting foot. I think that's next on my to buy list. finally finished quilting all the red sashing. That actually took me a few hours. Well, because that took so long, I think I'm going to skip quilting the windows and I'm just going to do regular old X type basic quilting on the outer borders. Right now I'm using a chalk pen to draw my lines. I have one set of my diagonal chalk lines drawn. I think I'm going to go ahead and sew these first and then come and draw the lines going in the opposite direction because I don't want this chalk to rub off before I get the chance to sew all of the lines. Okay, so I finished sewing the diagonal lines going this way. So now I'm going to rule up the ones going this way. This is taking forever, but I know it's all going to be worth it in the end, so let's get on with it. Okay, so I have all of my X's, well, diamonds, whatever pattern you call this. I have all of it complete. Now I need to take a damp cloth and wipe off all of this chalk and give it a good press. I really don't think I have enough time to quilt the windows, but what I'm going to do is after I wipe this and press it, I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to get started on the back pieces. I'm going to make the pillow form and get that stuffed, and then I'll see if I have time to do anything with the windows. So I'm onto the back pieces, and what I'm supposed to do is on the short side we're going to fold wrong sides together 1 inch, give that a press, and then we're going to fold that over again another inch and top stitch that down so that we have a finished edge. I have both of my back pieces complete. The hem has been folded over and top stitched. So now I'm moving on to the pillow form, which should be pretty easy because it's just a rectangle. I'm sewing 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around, leaving a space to stuff. Okay, so I've closed up the opening using a ladder stitch, and I'm really surprised that the filling is coming through the cotton fabric. Like, how? I don't understand. And they were actually saying to use muslin, but I decided I would use cotton so that it would be thicker. I feel like if I used muslin it would have been even worse. Not sure how to fix that. It's a good thing that is going to be covered. So I'm going to save the remainder of the stuffing for another project, and then this empty pillow sack, I'm going to save this as well because you never know, this may come in handy to be like part of a muslin or something. Never waste, people. Always reduce, reuse, and recycle. I've decided that I'm going to leave the windows without any quilting just because of time. So I'm going to base this piece of black cotton onto the back of this so that it will be covered and you would never see the batting. They did say that we most likely will end up having to trim some off of this piece and also the back piece, just because the batting would have caused a bit of shrinkage. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this now. So now I have the backing basted on. So this is my new front piece, Now I'm going to lay my back pieces on top of this, right sides together, and see if I need to do any trimming. These two are supposed to overlap each other, and then I'm going to pin, and then I'll just cut off the excess height. So you know how when you almost finish a project something just has to go wrong? I just had to rethread my serger 3 times. I don't know what went wrong, but the point is I am finished now, finally. So here it is. I still have it on the wrong side. I have to flip it over, and it's looking a bit small for the pillow, but we're gonna force that pillow in here. Are you listening to me outside? I can hear footsteps.
I went to the kitchen to switch on the heater.
It's the moment of truth. I'm going to flip it right side out.